Oh, scraggy neck.
Oh, here we go. Right, so we are looking at a redundancy process for under 20 employees. So it's a different process than when there are more than 20 employees. So this is just for under 20 employees. So it can be quite a straightforward process if you know what you're doing. But it can be extremely costly if the correct steps aren't taken.
Selection process, it's essential that you're able to demonstrate that you've carried out a very fair and transparent selection process for the people you are putting at risk of redundancy. That will require you putting together a selection matrix that the individuals are allowed to see if they choose to.
So the consultation. If you don't consult employees in a redundancy situation, any redundancies you will make will almost certainly be unfair. So when you're making fewer than 20 employees redundant, you are legally required to have a meaningful individual consultation, and that's with all affected staff, not just those who may be redundant. There's no fixed period of consultation required for under 20 employees, so that's the consultation period. So there's no fixed period, but it does need to be meaningful. You must meet each employee privately at least once.
Suitable alternatives. The individuals you're putting at risk of redundancy must be offered suitable alternatives. Even if you don't think they're suitable, that's for them to judge. So you have to offer them suitable alternatives. If they choose not to take the suitable alternatives, they may lose their right to statutory redundancy pay if they unreasonably turn down the alternative employment. So
if you've offered your employees another role, they do have a right to a trial period, a 4-week trial period. Obviously, if you want that to be longer, they can agree to that and you can agree to it. Employees must tell you during the trial period if they decide that the new job is not suitable. It won't affect their right to statutory redundancy pay, so you would still go through the process at the end, giving them statutory redundancy pay notice, etc.
Employees with under 2 years service are not entitled to basic statutory redundancy pay, but all employees are entitled to their notice pay, whether that's contractual or statutory, and you have to give whichever is the greater. So you'd have to do the calculation for that.
So in terms of documentation, make sure that you've got a written documentation of all the consultation meetings you've held, what the person said, what you said. Ensure each consultation meeting is followed up by a letter confirming what was discussed and when the next meeting will be held. And ensure that the final consultation letter contains details regarding arrangements for their final pay. It's really important, it's really key, it's that redundancy becomes effective after the final consultation meeting. So it's not the day of the final consultation meeting, it's after the consultation meeting. It can be the day after, but not the day. And send a letter confirming the final consultation. That is in a nutshell. There is a lot more to it.
For under 20.
For under 20. There is a lot more to it, but that is redundancy for under 20 employees in a nutshell.